সবাই আমাদের এই চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে এবং পাশে থাকা বেল আইকনে প্রেস করে করবেন, তাহলেই সকল খেলাগুলো দেখতে পারবেন। ওকে,
So welcome back once again to ICC Cricket Academy ground here at Dubai. Confirmation, Pakistan posting 240 on the board for the Windies to chase. What a magnificent inning by Sidra Amin, up the order, 96. Just 4 runs shy from getting that 3-digit mark. And Nida Dar, exceptional down the order, 81 of 86 balls. Two main players to talk about. Sana Mir, a cameo of 21. Bowling for the Windies, a good setup by the fast bowlers, Salman and Connell, consistent bowling, but loopholes a little bit by Taylor and Fletcher, giving away that runs in the middle orders. I have with me Sabah Masood, welcome, and Shabi Butt.
Right, thank you ladies. Thank you for joining us. They've managed to put up a good score, the Pakistan team, and comes the first ball.
Yeah, Diana, to start proceedings for Pakistan. How important is to contain on this wicket? Kesia Knight out there, the opening pair with Dandra Doughton. Shawi, how important is Dandra Doughton's wicket today?
Oh, extremely important. Thank you for having me with you all here in this combox. And yes, her wicket is going to be essential. We saw her form in the previous game. 96 she got. Brilliant knock that she had played, and her innings and every single run that comes off her willow is going to be an important one, not only for the Windies but also for Pakistan to watch out for. They would be eyeing her wicket very, very closely, and they would want to add on that pressure by picking her wicket up very early up in the innings.
Definitely, and Windies rely on Doughton and Taylor heavily, so they too are the pillars of their lineup. Pakistan has that in mind. Diana brought in place of Ayman, who got injured. Good looking shot, and that's driven beautifully, just a mere push down the wicket, and that's gone for 4 runs. Well, welcome boundary for the Windies, welcome boundary for Kesia Knight.
I think it's this pair, the most dangerous pair right now from the West Indies side. They're going to be very smart about this. They're going to have to play not too many risky shots, but with a score like that, they will, however, need to get out of just that bit of comfort and see if they can keep taking boundaries like this. Because even if one of them goes out, there's going to be some disturbance with the team. And definitely so, that will come across. The partnership built up. We saw a partnership between Sidra Amin and Nida Dar, and then between Nida Dar and Sana Mir. So 2 essential partnerships coming in for Pakistan, and that's why the big total up on board, the 240 score that they put up very well today. I think the batting was excellent. They played like there was absolutely no pressure, and that's what it is when you're batting first. There's very less pressure. You know, you have a total that you need to set. Very unlike while you're chasing. You know, every ball, every run is important because you've got to get to a total, and that is something that will always be, you know, a questionable mark as well.
I agree, but the point is Pakistan is done and dusted with the batting. Now they're bowling, and the wicket looks pretty flat out there. with shots like Kesia just has played. It seems like it's coming onto the bat really well. So they have to be very consistent with line and length. They need not to lose any runs out there in the start, as it's setting the tone. So first over gone, West Indies 4 for none.
So with this pitch, do you think it's going to be easy for the West Indies women to keep taking boundaries and maybe score a few sixes? Do you ladies think that we will see an exciting innings from them, or they're just going to have to take some singles here and there, not go too high, not go too out of the comfort? Well, Sabah, this track is flat. The ball's coming nicely onto the bat, so the chasing is quite easy on this ground. Also considering that it's a fast outfield, it's got the slopes at the right areas, which allows the ball to travel very quickly to the ropes. That is something that will help the Windies. And what is going to be essential to see here is how the bowlers are going to add that pressure on, having the fielders right at the right spots, ensuring that you bowl to the field. The catches will have to be taken. Pakistan will also, even though they've got this good total on the board, that extra effort will have to be made by the bowlers just to ensure that the pressure is built on, and we're going to have to see what Sana Mir does, and a good delivery for her to start with. And also just an observation from the outside as well, the body language of the Pakistani women look totally different from the previous game. They look much more positive. They look much more in control of what they are wanting to do. I think we've seen that from the start of the game today, Javi, that as far as the body language is concerned, you can see there's definitely a sharp turnaround. They look more confident today. There's definitely that pick in their step today. And Sana Mir, excellent all-rounder.
Brilliant piece of fielding from Nasha Sandhu. Well, it will be important for me to look as how Sana will operate the new ball. We have seen that from West Indies. Taylor and Fletcher did struggle on this wicket because it doesn't allow any turn. So they need to adjust their line and length. So we'll have to wait and watch that how Sana will go on with it.
Oh, of course, she usually comes in the second over. She bowls with the new ball. She's got the experience of how she's going to use it. The track should help her a little bit, probably in some areas. Maybe a little bit of wind that we see that's blowing across the ground might help her with a little bit of movement. Again, she's a spinner. Maybe the quicker one might do the trick. She's got a lot of variations. She's got the ones that she flights, the flatter ones, the quicker ones. She's got those. It's going to be very important to see how she uses these variations.
She has trapped Dotton quite a few times with the new ball, with a quicker one, and I think that's what they're targeting, bowling straight to her, right into the pads, with a good pace on it, not allowing any room whatsoever to Dotton.
It's a beautiful day here at the ICC Academy, and playing the second ODI, Pakistan versus West Indies, and the women are in form. I think they both look pretty confident today. I think they're both going to want to win this match. They are all on par, and that's the end of the second over as well. It's 4 for none.
I think unlike the previous game, West Indies definitely chasing, but they will like to keep that run rate around 3+ in the starting overs. They don't want to hang out too late in the innings. They want to finish strong, but on the part of Pakistan, I think they should be looking for wickets right now, because they cannot afford for Dotton to settle in, or even any other batter on this wicket.
So at the start of the game today, it kind of seemed that whoever will win the toss will definitely want to bowl first. Did it seem that way? Yeah, well, I did the pitch report, and yes, the track was going to benefit the seamers in the early on 15 to 20 overs, and usually in an ODI, these are the overs that actually are the ones that will give you an outside to see how the rest of the innings will go forward. The crucial overs in the beginning, it's also the part of the power play, the only two outside the ring. There was a little bit of moisture on the turf. As then it's an ingrown grass. It's not even grass which is rolled in. It's natural grass which is grown. It's a green top that we have. We did see a little bit of movement that seamers got, the West Indian seamers. Going forward now that we see it's a flat track, there's not much that help that is coming from the track to the bowlers. What the bowlers can do here is to bowl the tighter lines, not giving enough room. And that, I think that's exactly what Dinah Baig is doing. And also Sana Mir, the first over she bowled was a maiden over for her, and she bowled those lines tight. And what she did the best, I think what the both of them are doing, they're bowling to their field. Bowler is going straight to the fielders. Windies are going to have to do something different here if they need to get to the mammoth total.
I agree, Shavi. When you don't have much support from the track, all you need to do as a bowler and a fielding side is to bowl a straighter length, and also considering the strength of the batter, you need to trap it down. You need to pick the area that is her weakness and try to bowl it on those ones.
The Windies are trying to play very safe, and has been a maiden over so far. Not just the Windies are trying to play safe, but I think it's a very windy day here in the comms box. It seems as if it's going to be raining dust very soon.
Yeah, some of the dust is coming down here.
That was a brilliant delivery by Diana Baig. Talking about her, she's a youngster, a very committed one from Gilgit. She's one of the few players we have from Gilgit, and a very hard-working girl, a good, genuine outswinger.
It's a beautiful place in Pakistan, and if that's where you come from, you just bring a lot more beauty to the game itself.
Very consistent she is in her line, in her lengths, and the edge just falling short of Javeria Khan there at the backward point region. That might have been a chance, but that's good bowling from Dinah Baig. She's creating those chances, and they will have to do more of that. Yet another maiden over. It's still 4 for no loss. 3 overs gone bust.
They're definitely trying to be very keen about this. They're not playing too many shots here. Although we have seen miraculous performances from Dotton, and this pair can really do wonders, but right now they're trying to play safe. Right now they're not going with too many shots, even though we have seen a maiden over here and there. But I do think that with Dotton still holding the bat, you never know what's going to come next.
Well, she did that in the previous game. We saw how she built her innings, and we did see that she had a very, very slow start. Eventually she picked up. So again, she's one of those players, you never know what's in store until actually that she would do it. So well, Dotton, go on with it. We're waiting.
She's got some magic up her sleeve, girls, don't you think?
Definitely she has. She's been brilliant, and we've seen that. And with that shot, we know that what she can do with Offord, a little bit fuller on the length, and she all had to do was to make a good connection. 4 runs for Dotton. Chavi, I think she heard you.
Probably did. But she's going to have to keep this consistently. There was a bit of a top edge again there. There was no... the point was a little backward. Even there's no extra cover. The cover fielder slightly towards the extra cover region. And some bowlers, you know, they go with a sweeper cover option just to be on the safer side in the power play.
Yes, but I think Sana has a plan of bowling straight to her. That's why she kept the field rather that way. But there is a huge gap, and she has to be very careful with what line she's offering to Dotton especially, because she will not spare any loose deliveries.
This is what this pair is capable of. This is what the Pakistani team right now be scared of. Sana Mir to Dotton. Ooh. That's a lot of ball here and there, back and forth, and she's an absolute swing, isn't she? Sana Mir is at her best.
She likes to take the attack to the batters as well. But you don't want Dotton to get settled. Pakistan will not like it.
Some scaring tactic figures there. Sana Mir is trying to look in control, and she's not going to give too much room to the players here to make a lot of runs. But this is what this pair is capable of. A boundary here, and then some dot balls, and then another boundary. And that's where they will get going, and the Pakistani team will have to watch out for that.
So change in field coming here. The lefty-righty combination going on for West Indies. And Sanami is going to be coming around the wicket, so she's creating that angle for the left-hander. This is going to be an interesting one. It's the final delivery of the over. We will have to see what Sanami is going to bowl. Is going to be a flatter, or the faster one?
It was a good length ball, and Sana did manage to get Knight out in the previous game. So 4 overs gone, West Indies 9 for no loss.
It's a pretty day. Still very breezy. But the pair seems to be settling in. They seem to have a plan. A bit of chat between the two ladies, and they're definitely onto something.
Yeah, with the target on board, you're a little clear as what approach you want as a batter to go around with, and I think that they know that they have a little depth in their batting. Totten out there, if she hangs out till the end, that would be a great support for West Indies. And as for talking about Pakistan, they really don't want that. They need to take her out of the equation as soon as they can.
Pakistan's strategy should be to pick up the wickets instead of containing the runs. They should be looking to add on to the pressure that way, because the more they contain the runs, the more the batsman gets comfortable out there, the more they're able to see the ball more clearly. And that's what happens. Even though they play a couple of dot deliveries, I'm sure they wouldn't mind it. What Pakistan should be looking to do here is to pick up those wickets very, very quickly.
Definitely the run rate is quite within the reach till now, and it's not much of work to do for West Indies. They don't have to go all out with power. They need to maneuver the field and play along. But Pakistan, I agree with you, they have to be looking for wickets. They cannot afford to hang out.
And that's what Diana Baig is trying to achieve right now. She's bowling well. She's trying to contain some runs here. But you're right, as you all pointed out right now, this is what this hour needs. This is what needs to happen. We need a wicket as soon as possible. The bowlers are just like itching to get a couple of wickets out so that they can get the game going.
Yeah, Pakistan has a setup for Totten. They've got the gully fielder in. No, it's a point towards. Oh, an edge, then that was a genuine edge. She bowled it. Well, we were talking about how important wickets are, and Diana Baig striking right at the time she needed. And Totten goes. So what a delivery to Totten. She got bowled.
Seems nothing short of a miracle, ladies, I tell you that.
Oh, brilliant that was. Just nicking the bails off the stumps there, and took Totten by surprise, and that's the one that they wanted, and they've gotten it.
Through the bat and pad gap, Totten was nowhere in the line of the ball, and Diana bringing in a little bit, and that's did the trick for Pakistan. Totten goes for 5.
It was definitely not her lucky day. Seems like that. But they still have a good batting lineup. Next in would be Stephanie Taylor. The skipper is in, and she would definitely want to fill up the space left behind by Totten. The dangerous Totten is gone. This is what I like to call her. I have a name. That's it. She's a dangerous Totten. And everybody, when she's out there on the field, you have got to watch out. She is brilliant.
Well, I think probably Pakistan will have to also hold on to the pressure. Usually what happens with teams is, we get carried away. We say that, well, we've got the main batter out, and I think we can relax a bit now. But no, Stephanie Taylor has been in good touch as well. She had a 58, the knock from the skipper. A good knock it was from her end as well. And that'll be something as well. What they will have to do is now they will need to get the grip on the game even more than they already had.
Stephanie Taylor, look at that figures, 113 matches. She's got loads of experience, and we all know that she can take away game any day single-handedly. So yes, Pakistan needs to still focus on taking wickets rather than just getting little bit comfortable that they've got rid of Doughton. There's lot many to come.
Stefani Taylor and Keisha Knight are going to try and build a partnership, just the way Doughton and Taylor did the other day with the first match. That was a beautiful partnership, and they saw them through the match. Tried to hold the ball.
That was a good looking shot, but straight to the mid-off fielder. So now they've got the gully in for Taylor. She tends to give away some chances in that zone, and Pakistan is aware of it.
Well, truly so. We saw Dinah Baig gets that outswing. She gets the ball to move away from the batsman, especially to the right-handers. She's got the natural swing that moves away. And, you know, the outer edge probably going to point or gully. I think it's good thinking by Bisma Maroof. She's the one who's put herself there at the gully region. I think there's very good thinking to just add that additional bit of pressure on her. They will also keep the skipper Stephanie Taylor in check. She knows that, you know, that's the one that I shouldn't give away to.
Definitely, and one thing to mention here is Diana can bring back into, as she did to Doughton. 5 overs gone, West Indies 1 down for 9.
West Indies women required 232 runs in 270 balls. That's actually a really manageable figure if you look at it. And if they keep playing the way they have been playing, with not losing too many wickets, this team has still got what it takes to win this match very easily.
And they're on par when it comes to the run rate. It's a 50 overs. You've got plenty of time. Take some time out there. Spend some time on the turf. This is what the coaches usually tell you, the basics. And that's the batting scorecard for you for West Indies. Just the 1 wicket down of the main one for Doughton. That's the one that they were eyeing. Sanami to continue.
Sana has been exceptional if you talk about bowling to left-handers. She's got a good economy, and also most of her wickets have come for left-handers also. She got slip in. So Pakistan is looking for wickets, and that's exactly what they should do, because run rate is not concerning right now for West Indies, and probably it will not with this track.
Every time Sana has the ball in her hand, it seems as if she comes out there with a plan. The body language that says so much. She says, I'm here to get you, and you better watch out.
Constantly shows, definitely does that. And this is the kind of body language, the kind of aggressiveness you require in games of this sort. We've been talking about how the women's game has evolved over the past years. You know, we were talking about how the power game has come into popularity in recent times. We never saw big 6s and 4s coming in from the women earlier. Women are getting stronger, they're getting fitter these days. And well, if you closely look at any of the games, and we have people who want to compare the men and women's game, I don't think we're far behind.
Absolutely, and if you see the way Sana Mir bowls, or the way Doughton would throw a few 6s in the air or 4s, they're just absolutely nothing short of brilliance.
I agree, it's not anymore the hanging out in the garden for ladies. This game is totally professional, and when it's come in the ground, it's rivalry, no more.
Absolutely, I think these ladies, they can give men a run for their money if they were to play some of these ladies in the ground. I don't think they'd be able to stand for too long.
Yeah, truly so. Well, we do know how that would be, and well, that'll be.
I don't think I would be able to stand a couple of minutes with them. I'll probably get knocked out in a minute.
Well, that'll be the end of the over as well. 6 gone. It's 10 for 1.
I'm going to need some special helmets and some special pads to protect myself. I don't think I'd be able to take any of their balls. I will be running for the covers.
The cover position for fielding?
Into the comms box. Save me, save me.
We see so many nations across the world, ICC making their efforts to develop cricket in different regions of the world. And that's the bowling card. Dinah Baig, Sana Mir each having 3 overs. And Diana Baig, the one picking up that wicket, the very important one of Dottin. And that's gone past. That was a chance there at first slip. And it was Naida Khan that has run away for a boundary. Wouldn't mind that, the Windies. But excellent piece of bowling that by Diana Baig.
A perfect delivery, a perfect length, and a genuine edge put down by Naida. You don't want to put down these. These are the chances Pakistan needs to grab on if they want to defend this total. And wow, talking about the delivery, it was a delight to watch. Angling away, Diana Baig. Wow.
They cannot afford to make any more mistakes at this point. Right now they need wickets, and every chance they get is an opportunity.
Yet again, a brilliant delivery to beat Kesia Knight. Well, she's having some trouble, and Diana is up to the mark. A perfect length to bowl, and with a new ball, that's the scene you want to see from a fast bowler, Chavi.
Oh yes, absolutely so. And that's why you're a fast bowler. You get the movement, you get the movement. Sometimes you see bowlers, and I think, you know, kudos to Diana Baig for actually making that extra bit of effort to get that movement of the air. You usually don't see, yet again, a good delivery. Confident leave by Knight. When the turf is not helping you as a bowler, this is what you've got to do. You've got to use the air. You've got to use the leather by itself, and a little bit of your shoulder to get the movement of the air. And there are very few today that you see who can swing the ball in and out both. And I think Diana Baig is doing a wonderful job here.
She's doing such a superb job if you look at her figures right now. I mean, with a couple of maiden overs, that's just been beautiful.
This is what Pakistan need from their bowlers: consistent line length, a clear plan regarding the batter, and the exceptional bowling by Diana. She's delivering what her captain has asked her for.
She is an inclusion in the side today. And, well, she is making her mark.
That brilliantly placed, and that will run away for 4 runs. Just opening the face of the bat. It was a full-length delivery. Managed to get through that cover and point area, and Kesia Knight, a lucky boundary to get away with after a good few deliveries. And that's where the concerning point is. When you get good line length going, you don't need to do much experiment. You can see that just angling a little to get away with it.
Well, that's what they will be looking to do as well, the Windies. Bit of a relief for them. Couple of runs on the board for them. They wouldn't mind that.
Last ball for this over. Diana Baig to Kesia Knight, who's kind of finding it hard to play.
Oh. Didn't carry that. Just falling short of Naida Khan, and she was on it. What a good delivery to end the over. 7 gone, 18 for 1.
That was a beautiful over. That was an absolutely brilliant over. Could have been, just had they been a bit lucky there, they could have easily gotten a wicket from that over.
Yeah, lucky for Kesia, but definitely a brilliant fielding by Naida. The ICC Women's ODI batting rankings, you can see Stephanie Taylor right up on the number 9 for 632 ratings. And Deandra Dottin on the second. She's gone, luckily for Pakistan, but all is going on. Some boundaries, some drop chances, a good piece of bowling, a perfect ODI match.
There's a lot happening there. Catches up, there are edges, ball is falling short, couple of boundaries. Well, it's game on here at the ICC Academy in Dubai. It's West Indies chasing a mammoth total of 241. They're at 18 for 1 after 7.1 overs. And the first wicket to fall was of the very important wicket that Pakistan would have wanted, was of Deandra Dottin.
Not so lucky today, but who was lucky the other day was Javeria with missing so many catches. That was a match made in heaven, I would say.
She got away with one even today, a slip.
That is
Taylor
unbelievable.
dropping down.
That is unbelievable. I think she's had a special note from God saying, no more catches for me.
Sanamit doing a brilliant work out there for Pakistan, a consistent line length, giving no room to Stephanie Taylor, and that will add pressure to the West Indies.
Fielders are right on the mark, not giving any room to them to take those singles. The singles are not coming nice and easy, and if the deliveries keep going on this way, and more dot deliveries do get piled on, it will trouble the Windies, and they might go in for a big hit, which, well, it could work out to be a bonus for Pakistan.
The bowling lineup has been shuffling between Sana and Diana. Still have a lot more to come. There's going to be new bowlers with more tricks up their sleeves for these players, and see how they're going to fall to them.
Pakistan doing good work. I've always talked that cricket is about doing things in pair. So Diana and Sana, both on the both ends, are brilliantly into the game, and they know their strengths in bowling the right areas to keep down the pressure on the West Indies from both ends.
They definitely do seem to have a game plan today, Marina. They're confining them, they're constricting them to not take too many.
So after 8 overs, West Indies is 18 for 1. Talking about Sanami, right up on number 1 ICC ODI bowling. What a superstar she has been, an icon for Pakistan women cricket. She has been delivering for Pakistan from quite a few years now.
The only Asian cricketer as well, Sanami, to have played 100 T20s.
It's brilliant she is, and what an amazing personality for her, and for the youngsters on the side to have her guiding them constantly, having her on the field. Definitely an asset to the Pakistan side.
Oh my word, Diana Baig. She's been exceptional, brought in today, and boy, she's delivering. Kezia Knight, yet again a lucky escape. A genuine beat for an outswing bowler to the keeper.
You can definitely see that Kezia Knight is kind of finding it hard to play Diana now. She is definitely in a fix. She's stuck there.
You know, when you play a T20 international, you've only got 4 overs of that particular. Oh, that's a good delivery yet again. Moving slightly away from the left-hander, getting that bit of a movement in the air. Diana Baig, you're on par here today.
Perfect length to beat a batter, and just the right amount of movement she's getting to beat that outer edge. But Kezia Knight, yeah, now changing her guard, moving towards the middle. So probably she needs some thinking to do. Pakistan is on to it.
The way they are playing, the way they are bowling, the way Diana is going on, you can definitely see a wicket coming in any time now.
The full toss delivery, just over pitch there, and the white signal from the umpire. Kezia Knight might be thinking that oh, it's not a T20, this is a 50 over. She's got 10 overs and another 6 probably to go by.
Well, yeah, but full credit to Diana Baig for maintaining that line in length to lock down Kezia. That's a shout and given out. Diana Baig at last rewarded with a wicket. She was trying to catch Kezia Knight, finally edging to the keeper, and that's the reward of brilliant bowling for Pakistan.
Now see, I did say we were going to see something in this over. I think I'm definitely a prediction person for today. Everybody needs to come and ask me what's going to happen next. Definitely.
Yes, we'll do that. We will have a prediction every other over. Yes, we will.
Look
Thank
at that.
you, ladies. Thank you.
Perfect line, swinging away from middle, and Kezia, no feet movement. Well, we saw that coming. Luckily, by the prediction Sabak gave us, we need some more to come.
I am the tarot card reader for today, ladies. Everybody needs to bring their destinies out.
I think also good glove work there from Sidra Amin. Shamini Campbell, 26-year-old, 62 matches in 964 runs, comes in to bat at number 4. And, well, she will have to accompany the captain out there if they need to chase that. Another 222 runs West Indies require. But let me tell you, Pakistan is bang on today.
She need to play a role now with Stephanie Taylor for this run chase. And once again, brilliant bowling by Sana and Diana, keeping the pressure up, and that's what resulted in the wicket. But obviously Pakistan has a plan and right on course.
But the danger is not over. Taylor is still on the crease, and you can see that as long as the skipper's there with a partnership being made, it can be any minute that the boundaries will start coming in. The ones, the singles, the twos, that's all they need. That's all they will need. And once they start going, Taylor can definitely take it up.
She's got the strength, she's got the she's got the ability to even cross the ropes. It's all about spending that time out there, trying to understand. Obviously Diana Baig will come back for her second spell. She will take a break. Probably I'm guessing that she might have one more over to go after this one. She'll probably bowl 6 on the trot, have 4 that'll be kept in for later. Well, that'll be something to see. Usually when the bowlers are bowling well, the skipper just tells them to go in till 7 overs. Yeah, that's a good looking delivery and played well.
Yes, now a huge responsibility on Taylor to just make sure that West Indies cross that chase down mark. But Pakistan, on the other hand, needs to keep putting pressure, not with just these two bowlers, but the other spinners yet to come, because we have seen that not much of a support for spinning department today. But with world-class spinners we have like Nashra, Nidadar, they might have a plan, and they should have, especially for this lady on strike. Chance of a run out, but Taylor just made her ground. Soft hands, drop and run, and probably that's the plan right now for the West Indies. 9 overs gone, West Indies 21 for the loss of 2.
It's always interesting to see when they have a game plan like this. The skipper seems to be chatting with her new partner there, Shemaine Campbell, and definitely talking about the score that they need to chase. They have only managed to get 21 runs.
It's always good to come together, between the overs, come have a quick chat. It's a team game. You help each other. You plan. Let's look at the next 2 overs. Let's look at the next 3 overs. You see where you want to go. You set targets for yourself, and you start converting those. What they will need to do, I think, what they did very well in the previous over is the drop and run. They will need to keep the Pakistani fielders busy, and that's what happens when you start taking the singles. That's what Pakistan did very well today in the partnership. Is the singles were coming. We didn't see too many of the big hits. Nidadar, yes, getting the 2 sixes, however, but they took the singles very well. They were moving across the pitch very quickly, and that kept everybody busy. You keep the game going.
Change in bowling by Nashra and drop shot, and that she has been punished away. Little bit uppish, but to reach the boundary. Not a good start for Nashra, but definitely Taylor utilizing the bad ball.
.25 for 2. The required run rate is climbing up slowly to 5.3 runs in over. And another drop and run. Well, this is going to be a tricky over here. Nashra Sandhu would want to be a little careful. She won't want to go away for too many runs together.
Sensible batting by Taylor. Just got 4 from the previous ball, and now just soft hands taking that single and putting pressure on Nashra. Nashra has a huge responsibility because the 2 bowlers before her were bowling very tight line. Now she has to deliver what she's asked for.
She'll have to keep those tight lines going, keep the pressure on. You don't want to lose out. You don't want to give away any loose ends. You want to keep it. Tight. Oh, that was slightly getting that outside edge. And Campbell, for a second, the ball didn't rise as much as Campbell expected it to. Stayed low on that occasion.
I think it had turned a little bit, just a fraction. I mean, we'll have to see that. But yeah, good ball to come back by Nashra. Probably West Indies will take attack to her because they know that they're running little behind the run rate.
Has been an interesting last couple of overs if you look at it. There's been some dot balls, some singles, a wicket and then a boundary as well, and then dot balls again. This is what they need to keep doing. If they don't want the team, the West Indies team, to settle down and get too comfortable, this is how they will need to constrict them, to just let them take singles and maybe a couple of dots here and there, but getting them to get loose on some boundaries will definitely make it a game easy to achieve for the West Indies team.
A good comeback by Nashra after the first ball went for 4. Now changing the field, cover has been pushed back to the boundary. Probably saw Campbell using her feet coming down the wicket. Now I think Bisma has discussed with Nashra, they have a plan.
It's the last delivery as well, the 10th over. Just getting a bit of a hit there on the pads. And that'll be the end of the over as well. A decent over here from Nashra Sandhu. 10 gone, it's 26 for 2. And a change in the com box. We've got Kamran and we've got Nabil.
Thank you, Charvi. Thank you, Marina. And Sabha will continue with us. An excellent start by Pakistan bowlers. The perfect start that Pakistan would have talked about at the beginning of the innings. And Diana Baig, she has been exceptionally well, bowling in swing, and this is, I think, where Windies think tank Windies captain, they missed the trick in the morning. They brought in Cornell from this end, who is basically an outswing bowler, and she tried to outswing the ball from here, but most of her deliveries kept coming back into the batters. On the other hand, Diana Baig, she has been exceptional.
What stellar performance today, Kamran. But tell me something, with the day being so windy right now in spots, there are some patches now that we get, and we even were joking about this in the comms box earlier, that the comms box might come down at some point. But do you think that on a windy day like today, it does become a little difficult for the bowlers? Does it upset the line and length?
Yeah, a quick run and there could be a chance, but batsman eventually safely in. There was some confusion in the middle of the pitch. And in the end, they completed the run, and lucky for Windies, the captain, Stephanie Taylor, she managed to reach the non-striker end unharmed. And we welcome Nabil.
Thank you so much, Kamran. What a brilliant start it has been from Pakistan, especially Diana Baig. She runs in again. Beautiful shaping away from the batter. You can't compliment much, especially to the ball that she bowled against Todd. That shaped away, and after pitching came back in. Diana has been on song, Kamran.
Absolutely, and I think, like we say all the time, Totten is an exceptional player, and to get exceptional players out or get over them, to get the better of the good players, you have to come up with something really extraordinary, and that was one extraordinary delivery that Diana bowled.
And if you look at this, what a day it has been for Diana, and there's an appeal and it's taken.
So that's the third wicket for Diana Baig. A brilliant outing for her so far. Her first match of the series, she was rested throughout the T20 International Series, and then the first ODI she had to sit out. And now, when she replaced Eamon Anwar, she has been all over the Windies. Probably an unlucky way to get out.
Yeah, I think luck favoring the brave there, and she got the rub of the green, and she got lucky. It might be a bit of a marginal call, and the batter has all the right to feel a bit unlucky there, but that's part of the game, and it cannot take anything away from the lovely bowling that Diana Baig has been putting up here.
What a day it has been, gentlemen. If you look at it, Dinah has had all the luck in today, and what performance, what a day she must be thinking she's had. I mean, when you come in and you substitute somebody on a day and you don't think that you're going to perform like this, you know, because you're obviously substituting somebody, another player. I don't think you come in with all those expectations on the ground, just thinking that you're going to go and be so lucky to take not just one wicket, the most important wicket of the tournament of the day, and continue to do that and give the players a tough time. She's had all of them so constricted. You can see they're all trying to struggle whenever Diana has the ball in her hand.
Absolutely correct. And this is what makes the making of exceptional players. That whenever, as soon as they get any chance, they make the best use of it, and they made sure the whoever they are replacing, they have to wait for a while for their turn to get back in again.
Diana has been a revelation so far. Her first game of the series, and she has been a star. And now a quick short pitch delivery against Nation. Nation is batting without the helmet, and Diana making her intentions clear. If you are here to face me, you'll face the music.
If you remember, Nabil, Nation is no less of a troublemaker than the rest of them.
Here's another look at the wicket, and it was a full pitch delivery, and the batter just missed the line completely over there. And it's not the first time. While Alia Riaz, she missed a straight one as well. So I think what Sabha mentioned earlier about the wind picking up over here, so that might be taking some effect on the judgment of the line as well for the batters.
Well, what a phenomenal start it has been for Pakistan. They couldn't have asked for a better start here.
They definitely could not have asked for a better day. If you look, the minute Doughton went and the smiles on the faces and the cheer up, you could tell that the day is going to set out brilliantly. And with a wicket like that, you kind of feel that you have the whole game in your hand there.
That's an easy single. And I think now Stephanie Taylor is the price scalp here. If Pakistan can get rid of the Windies skipper, and that would be the game. I wouldn't mind seeing Bisma with the attacking captaincy. She shouldn't mind the singles or even boundaries. Let her attack the bowlers. And who knows, Stephanie Taylor might fall to the tactics.
Without a doubt, and I think here Bisma has a Windies team by the scruff of the neck, right, literally. And in true sense, this is their last recognized pair that can take the game away from Pakistan. And what they would be looking to do right now is to knit up a good partnership like what Sidra and Nida did earlier in the day. They combined a partnership of 102. So for any kind of chase, any total, partnerships are always key. So here, if Bisma can go a bit aggressive and try to purchase this wicket, that can be very helpful for Pakistan's cause.
That was well shot and wide, cut towards the backward point. Javeria would cut it off. Would be an easy two for Nation. Nashra Sandhu cannot let away Windies batters score freely, because the pressure Sana Mir developed from the other end helped Diana to attack.
Absolutely. And if you remember I was thinking about the T20s in Karachi, the way Nation played there. I mean, she's no less of a danger batsman here. She's definitely got all that it takes. She's got the skill, she's got the power. She can be a hard hitter when it comes to it. Her level, her skill is no less than the rest of the team. And with Taylor right there, these two can still form a partnership. I mean, these players can really take the game a notch up and take where it needs to go just by being a little careful.
Without a doubt, and that's where the Pakistan captain needs to be a step ahead with the game plan and not to give them the time to settle in and jot down a good partnership here. With that dot ball, that's the end of the 12th over. It's 31 for the loss of 3 wickets.
If you look at the run rate, it's 2.58, and I think we're going to need to have the West Indies team will need to take that up just a notch up, because that's what they need to do for the runs to be achieved. It's only been 31 runs in 12 overs so far. They need to step up the run rate, but not lose too many wickets. And here is the summary. Diana Baig has done 6 overs with 2 maidens. Very impressive. Sanamir with 4 and 2 maidens, and Nashra has just started her overs with 2 overs down and has given 9 runs. 1 extra.
So Diana would continue. She's having an extended spell due to the 3 wickets she has taken.
The bowlers are not doing so bad if you look at it. There's just been 1 extra throughout.
She wants a nation to play an expensive shot. That was a wide delivery, inviting her to open up her arms. Like you said, Sabah, Pakistan have been really disciplined in their bowling. Just 1 extra so far.
That's very impressive. I'm sure the boys are learning something from here. The ladies are giving them a lesson or two.
And definitely, and these cricketers have become stars, especially because of the home series. With the crowd coming in, I'm sure they must have given inspiration to the next generation.
Absolutely. If you remember the kind of crowds we pulled up in Karachi, they were beautiful. I mean, there were some school girls, some college girls. There were a lot of people, this young generation who wants to play cricket and who is so attracted to the new format. The T20s put up a great show for everyone.
I think the credit must be given to the West Indies Cricket Board and the Windies team who not just came to Karachi for the matches, they went out. They enjoyed their time out there. And that is the sort of message that Pakistan needs to send across the world. West Indies have been the great ambassadors of the game of cricket.
Great ambassadors and supporting cricket in Pakistan, and the nation couldn't have been more thankful to them.
Short delivery and pulled with disdain. That was pulled right between long on and mid-wicket boundary. As we were speaking, nation, it's a dangerous batter. Pakistan cannot take the game for granted.
And I think it might be a good idea to have someone replace Diana Baig, because without a doubt she has put in a very good effort, and especially with the Stephanie Taylor who is playing. She has been in the circuit for a long time, and in 115 matches she has played, she has 532 50s.
She's number 9 on the rankings all the way up.
So both Diana Baig and Nashra are pretty young, very early in their careers. So it's going to be a very good learning experience for these young Pakistani bowlers to play with the best of the against the best of the business.
And also, Diana needs to have a rest before getting another crack at the Windies batting lineup. It's a hot day, and you could see that the speed has dropped, the intensity in the run-up has dropped. But very well bowled, Diana Baig. You have been the star in the 7-over spell you have bowled. And with that, it's the end of the 13th over. Windies are 35 for 3.
They must not lose any more wickets right now. That's what the West Indies team is thinking. That's what the ladies are now thinking. All the players of the crease need to stay there. They must not lose. KCR Knight, who was gone by Diana Baig, and then Dottin and Taylor, who's playing right now with Nation. These two need to keep the pace up. We still have a big lineup. If you see, there's still Natasha to come in, and Henry and Fletcher. They can still put up a fight if it comes down to it.
Absolutely correct. So have a look at the batting card of Windies. Kasia Knight, the first one to go, then Totten as well. So there has been no shortage of effort by Pakistan. Nashra Sandhu continues. Earlier in the day, Sidra Amin made her career best score of 96, missed her 100, maiden 100 by just 4 runs. And in this innings, Diana Baig, she is 3 for 16 right now after 6 overs, which is by far her best bowling figures in her career. Her previous best figures were 3 for 41.
And what a beautiful performance we saw earlier in the day from the Pakistani side. I mean, the ladies gave a great job. You know, they look so confident today. They had that skip in their pace.
And a good paddle sweep by the experienced Stephanie Taylor. And she picked her spot. Nashra Sandhu, she's probably struggling a bit with the wind. And it looks like because the wind is not that kind of wind that is steady. So it's a start and stop kind of wind. And Nashra Sandhu is struggling a bit to put the ball where she wants.
Gentlemen, it's been raining some dust in the comms box, I tell you that. My hair would need another wash.
Just adding to the strong wind comments that we are making, I think another problem that Nashra would face it is about the drift. The drift she usually gets because she's bowling against the wind, so she won't get that drift in.
With mostly dot balls, and in the recent overs we've seen a couple of boundaries.
And very quickly placed perfectly in the gap, and that's where the experience of Taylor is coming into the play. She is looking to just place the ball and get some momentum on the scoreboard to keep the score ticking, and before Pakistan have a 30-40 runs partnership, and then they can dictate the terms from there.
This partnership has only managed to produce 14 runs so far. And with about 14 overs closing in, we have 41 for 3 down.
Well, another seamer would replace Diana Baig. It's probably going to be Alia Reyes. A good move from Pakistan.
I think it's much needed right now. This is a good game plan. They need to change in some strategy. They need to bring in another ball, another hand in to see what they can do. This is what the team needs to do. You know, take changes, take more plans in, confuse the players on the crease, confuse them to see, you know, what all can they do. Some new changes can always be so delightful.
So 3 wickets gone down. Kasia Knight for 13 off for 28. The Andra Totten, the prize wicket, 5 for 14, beautifully bowled by Diana Baig. And then Shameen Campbell, LBW Diana Baig, a bit unlucky, you would say. She scored 1 of 8. Stephanie Taylor is on the crease, 14 of 23, and Jaden Nation for 7 of 11.
With a star player down, the minute Totten goes, I think the team must have felt more ruffled.
That's a brilliant start from Alia Reyes. So Pakistan are putting up the pressure, fresher pair of legs, and definitely she would bring in the energy that is required right now, because Pakistan cannot allow Windies to slip away from this position.
Without a doubt, because in the first innings as well, they were in a very better position to post a much better target, but then they well bowled.
What a delivery it is, seemed away. And Nation is having problems. Stephanie Taylor is walking up to her. There's probably a crack that is helping out Alia Reyes, but it has been a brilliant start from her.
Ladies are having a chat, and the captain is saying, do not fear. I'm right here with you. You go, girl.
So Alia Riaz. A quick run. They were looking for the second and maybe they get the boundary. Yes, it is. So again, Stephanie Taylor bringing all her experience to use and just placing it. It's a nation this time. So that looks like the game plan right now.
Well, that was a beautiful nick from Nation.
And the quick chat seems to have come in handy, Nabil.
Definitely, I think the pressure was mounting on her. This boundary must have given her some relief. Alia Riaz teams in again. This time a fuller delivery, driven to the covers fielder.
If you looked at Alia Riaz's bowling, even when the first ODI, she gave a stellar performance again. I mean, she was very good with a line and length. She's bowling straight deliveries, and she actually gave a really good performance. I mean, she was a delight to watch.
Yeah, basically, Alia Riaz bowled stumps to stumps. We saw how.
That's up in the air and in the vacant area on the mid-wicket boundary, and easily a couple of bounces into the rope. Another boundary for a nation in the over.
So it's the second boundary of the over, and the initial pressure Alia developed with those two deliveries. It's now over, and the pressure is back on Alia and Pakistan. Let's see how she'll respond.
This is what me and Javi were discussing earlier as well, that when you have a quick chat with your partner on the crease, sometimes it can really help you, get you going, get you coming out, coming forward.
This is a taut delivery. So eventful over comes to a close, and with that 15 overs have been completed. Windies women are 49 for 3, and it's going to be the first drinks break of the innings.
So we are at a picturesque ICC Cricket Academy ground, and it's the first drinks break of the second innings. So people who have joined us right now, earlier in the day, Pakistan women captain Bisma Maroof won the toss and elected to bat first, which looks a pretty aggressive and very positive decision by the captain.
And it seems to be playing in their favor because they managed to score a big run rate.
Yeah, so to start the innings, the start was not particularly well. So they lost Naida Khan at 15. She managed to only 3 runs. The next to go was Javeria, the experienced Javeria Khan in the 10th over. She could manage only 5 runs. And then the big wicketer, Miss Bispa Maroof herself, she got out at 52 in the 14th over. She scored only 8. But after that, Nida Dar and Sidra Amin, they constructed a brilliant partnership of 102 runs. And by the time Sidra Amin got run out, she got unlucky to be run out, missed a single at 96 and missed a deserving 100. She went for 96 in the 33rd over. And then from that point onwards, Pakistan strolled at the end for 240. On the way, Nida Dar, she played a couple of good, beautiful shots, tried to up the scoring. but Pakistan kept losing critical wickets and losing the momentum. So it was 240. Can be said that on this surface it's just a par score, but then whatever was left in the batting, Pakistan bowling has made up for it, especially Diana Baig with a brilliant opening spell of 3 for 16 in 7 overs, 3 for 20 in 7 overs.
What makes it even more great is the fact that it's the first match of the tour of West Indies to Pakistan, and now in UAE. She sat down for the 3 T20 internationals and the first one day as well. And now that she got the opportunity in place of Eminem, where she made most of it, grabbed it with both hands. Nida Dar comes into bowl. Stephanie Taylor wanted to cut it between the two fielders at the point region, but missed it completely.
I think Nabil, on this is the kind of pitch where Nida Dar's bowling would be much suited for this kind of surface, because she likes to push it through, unlike Sana Mir, who likes to loop it up a bit.
Another star bowler, Kamran, for the Pakistani team. Nida Dar has some really impressive figures there. She's a real asset to the bowling side, and every time that you see her playing on the ground, you get that feeling that she's really out to get them there.
And bottom edge, she tried to sweep it, but luckily for her, it took the bottom edge and just strolled away to the fine leg boundary for 4 runs. The ball. And Stephanie Taylor again picking her spot, although she could not execute it perfectly, but got lucky with the bottom edge, and it went perfectly in the vacant space on the right of the fielder. So unlike Sana Mir, Nida, and so this is what happened earlier in the day, just for people who are joining right now. So the highlights of the innings. And she went back and cuts it in the vacant short third man area and collects another 4. So that's the second 4 of the over. And with that, that ends the 16th over of the innings. It's 57 for 3 Windies.
And with that, a change in the comms box. Going to hand out to Abid and Marina.
Thank you very much, Sabah. Marina, interesting. The game is drifting away from West Indies, but let me tell you, you cannot predict this team, because they still have this batting pair who can build a strong partnership. And talking about Nishan, she can hit big hits as well. So still, it's an even game for both.
Yes, this partnership is looking very promising now for the West Indians. Taylor out there, still the danger women Pakistan. I had mentioned earlier that Pakistan need to keep a tight grip in the middle overs, because that's where they lose the tempo. And West Indies now are looking very positive.
Well, I like the action of Alia. She's been on target so far. So joining us, K. Asif as well. Asif, welcome to the com box.
Thank you, Abed. You do remember that they're chasing around 240, yeah? So
They must keep checking there.
Again, when Taylor is out there, you can expect anything, because she has the strength to hit away literally 4, 5 sixes in an over. But the main thing for Pakistan is to keep it down and avoid that happening, because they need right away if they want to get a hold of this run chase and defend it.
True, very much true that she can change the inning any moment. She can turn the tables, but keeping in mind that it's a 50 overs game, you need to have a patience as well.
Well, I'm a little amazed that Marina is a little bit optimistic about Taylor. What's the reason behind that, Marina?
I've seen her done this millions of times. I know what she can do and what she brings when she comes out batting. So you never know when her switch is going to get on, and she can take away the opposition right away. Right now, she's steady, she's cautious, but she's cruising like she wants to cruise right now.
Yeah, I have sympathies with you, Marina.
17 overs gone, 59 for 3.
I
On her, but they need her wicket. That's the end of the thing. You need to defend it, you need her wicket.
Awesome. Wendy's, yes, Taylor is there on 23, on 31 deliveries. So when we talk about a character like Taylor who could hit maximums, who could hit boundaries,
And that's the line you want to be bowling to Taylor, because he is so strong towards the offside. You need to keep the line straight as much as you can, not to offer error.
drives and cut shots. So I've seen the first game as well. So Asif, right now Pakistan needs to do is to stop their run flow. If they contain these, I mean, let them score 2 or 3 runs in an over, the pressure bounces more on them, because once the asking rate crosses the 6, then the situation changes here. I'm sure West Indian batters will be keeping an eye on that.
Definitely, because of the bowlers. Yeah, that was a beautiful delivery in the crease.
you know what's going now?
Sidra Nawaz outing from behind the stumps.
That's really disappointing, because I know her. She's a hell of a chatter. She doesn't like to shut down, and very annoying behind the stumps if you are a batter. But yeah, not much of it today. But talking about taking on the Pakistani bowlers, it won't be easy for West Indies. Oh, that's a brilliant feeling down behind the third man area. And just running couple to West Indies.
Well, if you could see that she was trying to cut that ball.
It looks like it's banging in, but it skids on just like that. It seems that it's coming on to your... It will rise, but it stays little low and it skids on quickly. That's why she found the inner edge in the previous shot.
Yeah, she's skidding bowling line, and with this wicket, which is well known, but
Alia Khan should be looking for wickets, not contain.
Yes, it was a good delivery, and the good thing is that won the Pakistan. So yes, if Taylor is there, according to Marie,
Great.
yes, she when you're doing good job, and look at that quick single there.
they have to score more, and 7 runs a lot on this partnership. It is somewhere close to 38 right now, but if this partnership, your 100 runs partnership, then the trouble bounce to Pakistan. But keeping in mind the run rate, asking run rate should be checked regularly.
I agree with you right now.
Getting perfect.
That's right, and now let me ask you guys, if Taylor got the strength, she would get a target in last. If she's standing out there, and if the target is 8, 9, according to Marina, she could won't be a big deal for her.
That there is no need for doing it right now, but I'm sure
You say is that it won't be that easier for her to go after these shots easily, because they are continuously bowling on that area to her.
if they do so, the Pakistani team that and don't get hold of what you're doing, then
20 overs gone, 68 for 3, and the run rate is 3.40.
so I think
The plants.
now the two batters, they're looking for the singles 4 or 5 in an over and trying to build a partnership. And let's suppose if they're building a partnership 60, 70, getting more confident.
We haven't seen her do it much. That's why we think that what partner you have at the other end.
Excellently done by two batters. Good running between the wicket.
Oh, she had a hit on her arm.
Yes, Pakistan was happy when
Boat in the morning, but not this.
When she worked hard in the early, wind has helped her through to get her 3 wickets.
Those wickets.
9 runs. There was a time when the 2 wickets were down.
and probably
not afford to. Good news for Windies. The skipper is fine.
Studied what rather than just trying to cut it away or just play.
I think the fuller length deliveries won't help it on the good length or the shorter length deliveries.
Giving no room. 21 overs.
And things looks easier.
look at that. She's stunning, taking day. We could see that Pakistani women.
No, rolling back after the mark.
But they saw 3 good delivery. For line, it's a perfect line.
This is now
Talking about Ali.
Yes, good. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Not the mid-on and mid.
Yes.
Width of Nashra.
Appearances and
difficult.
Trying for it and drop. Just it's just keep. This is God.
she should